I'm Donna Lim with Sooter Consulting, and today we're going to talk about how to scale profit first as you grow.
I'm Brittany Brazel with Sooter Consulting, and we're going to talk about how Profit First not only can help you organize your cash flow, but also help you scale your business. Profit First is not a one and done or a get-rich-quick scheme.
It's something that you have to embrace for the long-term health of your business. I have a lot of clients on their Profit First journey, and they have the basics down. They have the bank accounts open. They've got their rhythm going. And maybe you do too. What's next in your Profit First journey?
How do you customize and scale Profit First for your goals? Do you need a debt recovery program? Do you need to customize for any large expenses coming up? How's your team efficiency? Can you add more work without adding headcount? Maybe it's time to hire someone new, but how do you know that you can afford to do that?
These are all normal challenges for business owners. How do you make decisions about these things and keep your Profit First plan with integrity? We'll start with debt recovery. There's a couple of different plans that I've heard over the years.
The two most popular ones are, 1, paying off the high interest rate first, and 2, snowballing it.
Which means pay the lowest amount first so that you can get momentum going. My favorite is having the best of both worlds. Why not combine the two? Let's say that you have 3 loans. You have a $500,000 small business loan that is at 4%. You have a $5,000 line of credit, say it's at 8%, and you have a credit card that's at $25,000, and that's at 21%. Now, if we do the snowball effect, we're going to pick the $5,000 one. Let's just say that we can put minimum payments on everything, but that $5,000 one, we can put $1,000 a month on it. Give or take, that'll take us 5 months to pay off. Now, at the end of the 5 months, we have $1,000 a month that we can now put on a different loan.
Because we're used to setting that $1,000 aside.
What we're really going to do is put that in a bank account called debt recovery. At the end of the quarter, when we do a Profit First celebration, we're going to do our profit celebration just a little bit different. We're going to take some of that Profit First celebration and put it towards your debt, along with this debt recovery. Now, if we're combining the two, we might put a little bit on that high $500,000 loan and a little bit on that $25,000 credit card payment. It could be a 70-30 split, a 50-50 split, because what we're trying to do is create momentum, enthusiasm of paying off that debt.
We are currently using these tactics to help someone else who is in an incredible amount of debt.
And what we did was we put all of her loans and credit cards, everything on a spreadsheet, what the balance was, what the interest rate was, and we picked what we're going to really target to pay off. We're doing a snowball, high interest rate combo. It's giving her some freedom. We needed to also create a cash reserve account. Because if we're so focused on paying off that debt, that we don't have a cash reserve for those emergencies, then when the emergency arises, what's going to happen? We're going to run to a credit card or a line of credit.
We will help her create a cash reserve that will give her peace of mind.
We want to build both accounts, the debt recovery account and the cash reserve account at the same time. This way, when an emergency happens, she already has an account to go to instead of using debt to pay for that emergency. This is the Sooter Consulting version of Profit First and debt recovery. Another way to scale with Profit First is to use the system for large purchases. In my case, I'm considering writing a book. And in writing this book, I have to consider some large expenses, like the licensing for the book or the creative cost of writing the book. For you, it might be a fleet of trucks that you need to buy, or a new employee that you need to hire, or a website that we need to build. Or maybe it's a new piece of equipment. How do we use Profit First to scale? Well, there's 3 ways that we can scale. You might have a cash reserve account, Or we could save for the large purchase. Or we might actually decide that the line of credit is the best way to handle it. Let's go into each one separately. I could use my cash reserve, but if I use too much of my cash reserve, I might feel like the business has become unstable again. Be careful in using that cash reserve. Make sure that you still have a 90-day run of your expenses before you choose to use your cash reserve. When in doubt, open an account and save for it. Now, this process could take a little longer, but it is a true profit first way.
We are setting this new account up for a specific purpose, whether that's to hire a new person or to buy that new equipment that will help us jump up to the next level.
What that means is we're going to take a little bit of your OPEX account, and now we're going to put maybe 1 or 2% in a large purchase account.
For you, that might be buying a new truck or developing a new website.
Now, the third way we can handle a large purchase is a line of credit. Now, I know that you might be going, oh, I thought Profit First was all about not having debt. But you know, debt is not a bad thing if we have a plan. Don't do this one if you're not already following the Profit First plan.
Are those allocations you've made to the profit and tax accounts actually staying in those accounts? Have you been able to cut costs creatively in order to stay within the income that you are currently receiving without needing any more debt?
If you're shaky on the answer to any of these questions, do not get a line of credit. Go back to the basics of Profit First. Perhaps saving for the large purchase is the best answer for you. But if you're already doing all the basics, let's talk about how we can scale with a line of credit.
You may need to replace new office equipment. Maybe you want to buy out another business. Or maybe you need to recover from a natural disaster. Maybe buy a new office building.
I had a medical practitioner tell me she wanted to buy a machine that would be able to treat patients without her in the room. This is a great idea, increasing her capacity for income without overworking her. But there were questions that needed to be answered before we went into this.
If you don't have a clear plan in place to know how to market, convert your sales, and also make the payments in order to at least break even, then you're gonna struggle with cash flow.
How many patients did she need to use this machine every month to cover the cost of the loan payment? How long until we break even? How is she going to market this?
How will the patients understand the benefits that could be had with the treatment?
How do we convert marketing to the sales? How many patients would she need to make a profit off of this purchase?
This is how we focus on ROI, your return on investment.
If you don't have answers to these questions, then how do you know where you're going and whether that line of credit will actually be able to be served? You know, I have a client that bought a machine knowing that it was going to create wonderful products for his clients, but he didn't do any of his homework. He didn't figure out how many sales he needed to make the loan payment. He didn't figure out what his sales process would be.
How are they going to market and convert sales with that new machine?
He has a cash flow problem every single month. So before you do a line of credit, do your homework. Figure out what the plan is. Don't do this without a Profit First professional by your side. That's the value of working with somebody. They can help dig in and ask these questions.
These are the advanced skills that a Profit First professional can use to help you scale your business.
You know, another advanced Profit First technique to scale your business is allocation adjustment. Sometimes to rock ourselves off a plateau, we might actually have to back up a little bit to go forward. What I mean by that is if you've been stuck at a revenue line for a while, like I have a client right now, he's been stuck at the 800 revenue line for like 5 years. And he goes, Donna, what do I do to make that million mark? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to back off the profit allocation just slightly. Give him some room to invest in the business.
For a period of time, we can take the profit allocation down to help accommodate for growth.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take him from a 10% allocation in profit back down to 8%. We're going to then invest that 2% into marketing the business.
But this should not be done without a plan to move it back up.
Now, don't try this without a Profit First professional by your side, because what we're going to do is help you design a program that will bring you back down in profit allocation, but also bring you back up in a profit allocation, because we don't want old habits to resettle in.
We can help you forecast and help you make a plan to scale your business.
We believe that Profit First is the best cash flow management system out there. But we also believe it can be so much more. It allows you to function like your own bank, where you do not have to depend on the world around you.
It allows you to become the conductor who sets the rhythm of your business.
Go to our website and schedule a discovery call today. You can download the first 2 chapters of Profit First for free.
And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.